Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on that 90s show returning to Netflix. The sequel show to that 70s show. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 10. I am fully caffeinated. Anyhow, Red Foreman is back and Kitty. And those two really, to me, they seem like the most reason to watch the show, plus the cameos of the old characters. The new cast, I don't know. They might grow on me, but they look kind of bland. But Red Foreman is in his usual, and Kitty are in their Red Foreman and Kitty mode, doing what they do. This time being the grandparents. This is the new protagonist, the daughter of Eric Foreman. So that'll be fun for a while if they can make her her own character and make her interesting enough. I don't know. The focus on the girls, we'll see. We'll see if they can make that work. It takes place in the 90s. Here are the guy characters. I think he's the Kelso equivalent. And here's a guy macking on her. And I think he's going to be the gay character, but I'm not sure. But they didn't make it too blatant, so that's good. All the old sets are back, so that's kind of fun. I don't know, and the basement, and they get high. They find some weed in a record collection, and then they all get high. That's fun. We'll see. We'll see if it'll work. What everybody's looking for are, of course, the old characters to come back. And so here's Fez. Now he's a hairdresser. And so I guess we'll see him a lot. And then Red's mad because all the dumbasses are coming back. Tommy Chong makes an appearance. Here's, Eric Foreman and Donna. So they don't look like 90s folk, do they? They look to be like they could play teenagers. They should have, changed them up a little bit. I think they're only there to make cameos, but we'll see. So I think they're just going to be there in the beginning to launch, his daughter off into living with the grandparents as, him and Donna reconnect, I guess. And I don't know. So this is on Netflix the 19th. Kelso and Jackie are in it. I did see. Let's see if we'll find a clip of them. Let's see. See if the clip is here. No? Where the heck is it? There's a clip of them. January 19th it starts. There they are. Yeah, so there they are. So Tommy Chong, Eric, there you go. Kelso and Jackie. See, this is how I expected Eric and Donna to look. This is great. I love this look. It's funny because Kelso is still annoyed by his girlfriend, who's now, I assume, his wife or whatever. I think that part of it can be fun. The new younger cast, I don't know. Initially, my feeling is they're kind of bland as compared to the older characters. Now, that may be my bias as a fan of the original show, and when I say that, I mean the early seasons, not the later seasons when everybody got a movie deal or another TV deal and couldn't leave the show fast enough. That kind of ruined the whole continuity of the thing. But I don't know why on a hit show they just don't pay the actors more money to stay like they did in, say, Friends. And Friends did really well. Same thing with Seinfeld. Why wouldn't you do that for that 70s show? That young cast, I thought, was pretty good. I enjoyed the show. Up to a point. I mean, after a while, it got it accumulated too much baggage. Now, this is sort of kind of a reset and sort of making the baggage pay off to some degree, but there's only so much you could do of that before it's you got to get some new stuff in here, And you're really comparing the 70s to the 90s. The 90s stuff, people are going to enjoy. It's going to be fun for the 90s kids, especially, and nostalgic. But You know, if they insert modern stuff, that would be horrific. So I'm tentatively okay with this. Um, you know, I'm not. It's 1995 in the show. Oh, let's read the write up. It's 1995, and Leah Foreman is desperate for some adventure in her life, or at least a best friend who isn't her dad. When she arrives at Point Place to visit her grandparents, Red and Kitty, Leah finds out she's looking right next door. She meets a dynamic, rebellious Gwen. With the help of Gwen's friends, including her lovable brother Nate, his smart, laser-focused girlfriend Nikki, and the sarcastic, insightful Ozzy, and the charming Jay, Leah realizes adventure could happen here like it did for her parents all those years ago. Well, that's kind of a weird setup, but I do like that each character has a personality, so that's a good sign. Excited to reinvent herself, she convinces her parents to let her stay for the summer. With the basement full of teens again, Kitty is happy. The Foreman house is now home for a new generation, and Red as well. Red. So, I mean, it could work. It could work. Topher Grace, Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, Laura Prepon, and Wilmer Valderrama will appear as special guests. Let's see. Any other characters are the kids. The creators are returning. Bonnie and Terry Turner, this time with their daughter Lindsay Turner as showrunner, executive producer. I don't know if I like that. But maybe. The problem is when you give the next generation producer stuff, I don't know if that's going to work. Maybe she worked on the show in the early days, so it'll be fine. Yeah. So far the weakest aspect of the show seems to be the kids. But that's just from the trailer. It's a TV show. They might grow into it. We'll see. I don't know if TV shows really work on Netflix all that much. Usually it's like a hit show that gets put on Netflix, but maybe if they dole them out, maybe if they finally go to a model with commercials and, posting it for free. Again, I think that's where Netflix should go. They should just have a channel on the internet, a website that just streams continuously, and they just stream everything for free and put commercials on there. How hard is that? How hard is it, Netflix? Anyhow, would I watch it? I'll probably check out at least an episode. I at least want to see the setup, because I think Foreman and Donna will be in it, and then maybe Kelso and Jackie will make a quick appearance. They might save them for another episode. Stretch out all the appearances. So you might suck me in for 2 or 3 episodes, but you're gonna have to make the kid characters interesting to keep me around. Otherwise, I might just tune out like the later seasons of the original show. So plot-wise, it's gonna be pretty standard stuff, kids doing rebellious stuff in the 90s. The new things coming up in the 90s. It's 95, so it's got to be the slow introduction of internet and wacky nostalgic stuff about that. Cell phones and things, and old cell phones, old fax machines, old technology, and how that impacted the youth at that time. If they keep the writing the way it was in the early seasons of that 70s show, it could work out real well. I don't think you have the danger of the young cast leaving for better gigs as much, because this show, I think the first show took off pretty good, and by the 3rd or 4th season, like half the cast was like angling for a better career. So, and they had, they all accomplished that seemingly. I mean, Mila Kunis has a pretty decent movie career. Ashton Kutcher had somewhat of a movie career. Topher Grace kind of had a movie career. Donna Pepron, not so much. She did get to appear in a few movies. Didn't really seem to take off for her. Red, he had a movie career before the show. Valderrama, not so much. I think he was in a movie. But I I think, the appearances of the old characters will be worth tuning into if you're a fan of the old show. Anyhow, that's it from me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. We got a news blast and, of course, a Hollywoke hot take not to be missed today. And we'll see you in the next one.